Hey guys, and CS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, February 11th, 2019. This will have covered the week of, I want to say, the 4th through the 10th of February. So, not too much done this week compared to last week. Only worked on a few games total. I've been kind of busy this week with a lot of other stuff in life. I mean, just trying to do some other stuff, trying to work on some other stuff away from my normal job, and has sort of cut into my gaming a little bit, but that's fine. I mean, I still made a little bit of progress this week. Not really sure exactly how I was trying to word all that, but anyway. I only worked on really 3 games this week because X-Men was done like an hour before I recorded the one last week. So the main games I worked on, SpiderMan, making more progress in this. Like, the crazy thing is, despite only having 37% of the main game trophies earned, I think I have something like 65% in-game completion or something. So getting pretty close to being done with that, which is kind of nice. So track down Black Cat, that just requires you to do the 12 things where you have to spot her little cat thing that she puts out somewhere. So it's basically just a series of collectibles. There's 12 of them, nothing too hard there. Then I started doing all the Taskmaster challenges. I unlocked those. You have to get Spectacular or better. Spectacular is the medium level on each of the 4 types. So thankfully you only have to do the medium level. I still try to do the best level if I can, but some of these can actually be really, really difficult to get the highest level on. But the medium level is usually not too difficult. The bomb challenges are basically swing around the city and remove bombs from a few places quickly. Combat challenge is just kill a bunch of enemies quickly. Stealth challenge is defeat a bunch of enemies in stealth in a certain amount of time. And then the drone challenge is basically you follow a drone around the city and you try to go through blue circles it spits out. So none of that's really too hard, and I'm assuming, yeah, that's what I thought. That one's going to be for finishing all the challenges. I've done a good number of them, though. Complete Act 1, so I must have done that sometime right after I recorded the previous week's episode. So finished with Act 1, then Act 2 and Act 3. Crafted some upgrades. These are boss fights, I believe. And then a level 1 combat benchmark. I'm not really sure which one it was, but that's pretty much an unmissable thing. I mean, a lot of the trophies in the game are fairly unmissable if you're trying to 100% the game, which isn't really that difficult or that time-consuming to do regardless. The vehicle takedowns, that's pretty easy. Those are some of the random crimes you can get when you'll have someone steal a vehicle and you have to stop it from careening away, so nothing too difficult there. Perch atop the Avengers Tower, I found where that was, so I was able to get that easily. Photograph all the landmarks on the map, that one's also very easy. It's just go to the location, pull up your camera, and take a crappy picture of it. It doesn't have to be a good picture, it barely even has to show anything. Ride the subway 5 times, that's done by fast traveling. It's kind of funny how that one isn't the most common trophy out there. It's just because the city isn't huge and fast traveling really doesn't save any time unless you're on complete opposite sides of the map or have to go through Central Park and stuff where it's a little harder to swing. So that's a little bit surprising that the fast travel's really even there and that it's not really that fast. But anyway, 75 stealth takedowns, nothing difficult there. That'll probably come naturally. Greet 10 citizens, that's pretty easy. Just go up and talk to a few people. Nothing difficult there. Complete all objectives in a single base. That's also pretty easy. Just go in and... because the bases usually only have 2 objectives, I think, so you just have to complete both of them. And you can replay the bases. I was worried at first that one might be missable, even though I didn't think there was anything missable. And it's not, because you can just replay the bases as often as you want to get more base tokens and to complete the bonus objectives. So that's good. We're making good progress there. We, of course, still have New Game Plus on Ultimate. The Heist DLC, which I think in this one, yeah, you have to get Spectacular or better on all the challenges. So that's not really too hard, thankfully. I mean, I don't think it's too hard. I hope it's not. It could be, though, so I'm not going to really say that yet, but I would assume it's not going to be terribly hard. So I'll be excited to start on the DLCs. I don't think any of them take too long. So then the next game I worked on was The Last of Us. Now we were supposed to have our boost again, and it got canceled yet again because people are constantly being busy out of nowhere. And we just can't seem to get it organized anymore, even though we had no trouble in the first couple weeks we did this. Well, with getting the boosting organized, we had other issues once we got in, like people not having the game downloaded, which was honestly kind of funny. I think I was drunk enough at the time to not care. But anyway, I did thankfully obtain another trophy this week, the supply raid on Wharf, Capital, Water Tower, or Coal Mine. I got this one just by jumping into random lobbies and managed to get it. It was one of the first ones it was the first match I got into was on one of those maps. So thankfully got that trophy out of the way. So that means all I have left to 100% The Last of Us is to play a game of Survivors on a map from each of the 2 DLCs, and that's all I'm missing. So very, very close to the end on that. Hopefully the boost works out this weekend and I can finally be done with The Last of Us, put it away forever, never have to worry about that trophy list again. That would be awesome if we could get to that. I'm ready to have it done, just get it out of my backlog and be done with it. And then finally, I started out the Spyro Reignited Trilogy because I got it on GameFly. Spyro 1 is the only one I've started on so far, and ever since I started this on Saturday night, like kind of later Saturday night, and as of recording this on Sunday night, I am nearly done. I think I'm at 99% in-game completion. All I have left to do is I have one more level I have to go back and finish that I didn't get through before, like finding all the collectibles in it, and then I just have to do the bonus level, and then I'm done. So I'll have this done probably around the time the video goes up. So basically, this is how you warp from one world to another, so like start to go to different worlds. But pretty much every trophy in this is related, like each trophy is a mission-specific trophy for the most part, which is pretty nice actually, in that it makes it fairly easy to keep up with. Like this is in the very first hub world, and it's how you access a secret level. But then like each of these are pretty much a mission-specific trophy, like you just do them in any specific mission and you'll get it without really any issues. None of the miscellaneous trophies, for the most part, are difficult as long as you know what mission to do them on and sort of what you have to do. So most of these are really not hard as long as you're going for the 100%. I want to see if I can find the couple that have given me trouble. This one is glitchy. You have to do all of these in a single life. The spiders will respawn if you die, so you have to do it all in a single life or else it won't unlock. What else? No, wait, that's a boss fight. What else? Where are they? This one, actually, no, that one comes from the 100%. I'm surprised that's a gold. What else do we have that's kind of annoying? This one gave me a lot of trouble because I thought I did it, but I think it's the same way in that you have to kill all of them in a single life. So this level is also just kind of annoying with the way you have to navigate it and the way you have to get like a special power-up to be able to do it. So that is just something to keep in mind, but for the most part, there's nothing too difficult in the game. The flight levels can be a little tricky, but they aren't too bad, especially if you just look at a guide for the optimal path. If you do that, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. This one was also a little bit annoying just because the level's a little harder because it has all the guys that have like machine guns that'll shoot at you, so it's a lot harder in that sense. This one's just kind of annoying because you have to make him circle the final boss, circle the map 5 times on stage 3. It's not really hard, but you just have to keep it in mind because it's easy to screw up. So the only trophies I'm missing are for unlocking Nasty's loot and collect all gems in Nasty's loot. Now to do this, you have to have 100%ed everything else in the game. So you have to have found every gem, of which there are 12,000, all 80 dragons, and all 12 of the eggs. So really, like, most of it is not that hard to find, but I did have to look up a guide for a few of the levels that I was having trouble with. Usually I could figure it out, but a few of the levels are pretty tricky to where you're going to want to look at a guide. I only looked at a guide for a few of the miscellaneous trophies and stuff as well. But overall, you don't really need one for the most part, just for a few of the levels collectibles, because a few of them are tougher, a little bit more well hidden. So overall, though, the Platinum Trophy is pretty easy. It's like I would say 2.5 to 3 out of 10, really depending on a couple of the missions and if you're following a guide for the collectibles and those couple of miscellaneous trophies that can be tougher, and the flight levels can be a little trickier as well. So I'll have this platinum done probably around the time that this video goes up, which is nice. So that'll be platinum number 359. I have not started Spyro 2 or 3 yet. I mean, I want to finish Spyro 1 first. So I'll hopefully get started on those soon as well. I know I'm going to get kind of Spyro'd out, especially after finishing 2 of them, but I want to get them done quickly just because they are Gamefly games, so I just kind of want to get them done quickly. And then I can, send it back and get a new Gamefly game. I mean, I have like Hellblade in there and a few other things I really want to do. So yeah, that's basically it for this week. Level 63, 65%, 15,773 total trophies, 358 platinums, 1,988 golds, 3,986 silvers, 9,441 bronzes. So over this next week, we're hopefully, and I know I've said this multiple times now, we've got to finish The Last of Us. Just want to be done with that and not have to bother with it anymore would be great. And otherwise, just finishing up Spyro 1, probably doing Spyro 2. I don't know if I'll get through 3 as well. And then, of course, working on SpiderMan. Maybe I'll throw in another game in there somewhere, also depending on like DLCs that may or may not come out. I doubt there would be any, but you just never know these days between like Rocket League and Minecraft. You never know when or if those are going to get more DLC trophies. And really, that's about it. I'm not picking up any new games on release day for a while. Actually, maybe not at all for the next few months because, I mean, Metro Exodus looks really fun, but those games go down so much in price, and with no multiplayer, there's no point of picking it up on day one. So I'll wait for it to drop in price. Far Cry New Dawn, the game honestly looks like it's going to be really fun, so I may pick it up day one. I don't know yet. Mostly because it's not a full price game. It's only a $40 game, I think, instead of the typical $60. So it might be worth picking up day one. I don't know yet. I mean, we'll see about that. So that was that, Metro, and I want to say there's a couple other big games coming out soon, like, what is it, Anthem, which I'm not too interested in. I don't really know too much about it. I didn't find it to be all that interesting. We'll see, though, and I mean, always have Fallout 76 and Red Dead 2 to jump back into eventually, and then want to try to work on Black Ops 1's DLC just to get that done. That's the oldest Call of Duty game I have left to not finish, that I haven't finished yet. And then that South Park DLC that doesn't have trophies just to get it out of my personal backlog. And then The Division, of course. We still got survival mode, still got to extract another 86 items, I think. It may not be that many, but just extract a bunch more items. So I'm not looking forward to that because I hate that game mode so much. But hopefully it'll be done eventually. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you for the next one.